Yeah.
Well, I feel like when you blow fire,
Good evening. Good evening, everybody, on the 6th. Well, if you all been, hello, Mike, how you doing? If you all been watching the news about the airplane crash yesterday, and one of the guys, it's chilling, okay. One of the guys, it was on the ground, and his name is Matthew Sweats, with 2 children. He was in that Fireball. Hello, Robert. And he's in the burn unit. This Matthew Sweats, S-W-E-E-T-S, that was on the ground when everything went, that plane crash. And it said on the news here, local, his body was burnt 95%. Well, what I know at my old age, people, I've seen it, you have too. 95% of his body burnt. That means he's going to go up there with God. And, I hate to see something like that plane crash. But if I was at NTSB people on the MD-11, since UPS had a few more of those MD-11 airplanes, I would ground them until they find out why this plane crashed the other day. I would. Welcome. Hello, Penny Oak. Hello, y'all very nice people. God bless you. And thank you. And my son told me that the 3rd federal judge ordered Trump today that everybody get the full amount of food stamps. Okay. You very smart people. You're smarter than me. You smart up here. I think the USDA only got, $5 or $8 million, or is it $8 billion? If they have to pay the whole amount, where are they going to get the extra money? Where are they going to get the extra money for the food stamps? What I've been seeing on the news, just like you all, depends what news stations you're watching, the Democrats, I'm a Democrat, so don't get mad at me. I don't like what they done. The Democrats wants to give the illegals food stamps. No, I don't agree with it. I don't agree with that. That's why they came here. Say okay, Mane, M-A-N-A-N-A, hello. say, okay, man. I like that background you got in your profile picture of the sunset. That's very good, man. Hi, my hello, hey now. Hey people, you heard me. I'm doing fine. I took a bath, took my medicine, and all this. And I want to say hi to all the foxy ladies. And I like taking a nice warm or hot bath because of my arthritis, my back problems. It relaxes me. And plus I got also, it's hard for me to get out of the bathtub. Hello, Melanie. It's hard for me to lift myself out of the tub. I go to the doctor in December. I'm going to see, the pink heart. Yeah, people, the pink heart. That reminds me of stuff. Remember, people, to pray for the people who has cancer. Thank you. You kind of remind me there. Now, red heart, that's okay, Melanie. But let's get back to Foxy Lady. You know, I talked about Foxy Lady, but all your ladies is foxy. But this one, I dreamed about Foxy Lady. That she was here laying in the bed next to me. It woke me up at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm not used to getting up until 9 or 10. But since we moved our clocks back an hour last Sunday, so it's about the same time. There's no way that foxy lady would come here and spend the night. That ain't no way. That'd be impossible. But she is a foxy lady. And I gotta give her credit. She's still good looking, just like it was when I met her back in the late 90s. Hello, my ESP. But let me tell you people, since I'm just getting started, I try to do this in all of when I first started. I'm 70 plus years old. 4 heart attacks, high blood pressure, diabetes, arthritis, and back problems. I'm on a fixed income, around $900 a month, give or take a little. And it's hard, people, for me, just like it is you, to live on a budget. I got my house payment coming out of my budget. I got my utility bills. I got my cell phone bills. My insurance on my car. And I showed you, I have made it a long way, but I tell you people, I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. There's things I've done in my past that I wish I could go back and change everything, just like some of you. But it's not up to me to judge you what you've done. It's up to God. God is the judge, the jury, the prosecutor, the public defender, and 5-0. It's not up to me to judge. So I'm not going to judge you. No matter what color your skin is, male or female or whatever, I'm not going to judge you. It's not up to me. I might not like it, but I'm not going to judge you. It's not up to me. You know, I showed you the receipt last night on the cat food that I got from Tractor Supply. It was 29 something. Otherwise, with Indiana sales tax at 7%, I think it came to about $64. I try to be the best person I can be. You know, I try to help your younger people out. You younger people that watches this video later, you help us old people because we don't understand computers. We don't understand cell phones. You people on here is very smart when it comes to computers, cell phones. I've asked you what kind of computer I should get. I told you what I like to do, and this and that. And you all have helped me. So I want to thank you. Now, if you can help me get Amazon or HP computer people to replace my new computer that I got in February of this year, to replace it with the same thing that I got in that new HP computer, I would appreciate it. But I've talked about third party. You know, Amazon does third party. Some of their stuff is okay. Just people, I know some of your kids on here, but I do request, don't tell me how old you are, even on your YouTube channel. I know your parent and guardians there. I want you to protect yourself. You got stranger danger. You've been taught that in school, of stranger danger. And Melanie, you know, delete that comment if you can. And take that off. I can't do it on what I was on. But I don't want nobody, unless you're over 18, to tell me your age. I don't want to know your age. You got stranger danger people. You know what they are. They teach you that in school. And I want you to be safe. And I know, if I'm right, Melody, you play games on Twitch, I believe. And I get on Twitch. I used to put Twitch up on Prism Live Studio, but they changed it where they charge you a monthly fee. No, I'm not a Muslim. I got some Muslim friends. You know, I like to eat meat. Pork. I like to eat that. A Muslim don't eat pork. but that's their right, their religion. I eat what I want. You know, I got to be careful what I eat because I'm a diabetic and I got high blood pressure. I want to educate you people. I'm not a doctor, a nurse, or in the field. This is from my experience. Well, I guess you call it a Christian. I went to a Christian church when I was young. But how I found out I had high blood pressure, I say I probably had high blood pressure since I was in my 20s or 30s in that time frame. I didn't know that. And I hear you there. And, you know, I wasn't perfect. I was in jail. This been over 20 years ago. And I was having these migraine headaches. I asked God for help, or Allah for help, and found out I had high blood pressure. So I've been on high blood pressure medicine for over 20 years. So you younger people, if you're having headaches, you might want to have your doctor check you out and see if you have high blood pressure. You know, I want you to do that. I try to be kind to everybody. I'm not a racist person. I've dated African American ladies. You know, I had this one black lady. She was from Louisville, Kentucky. My kids loved her to death, my son and daughter, because she was a heck of a cook. She cooked better than I did. Well, she might come over on the weekend or maybe through the week, and she would cook. She would ask the kids what they want for supper, then I went to the grocery store and got it. They loved her cooking. Hello, Jacob, welcome. And I think it was you. I'm going to paradise. Paradise to me is heaven. And I think it was Jacob or somebody else that comes up here. When I was at this Leota thing, this old engine, I don't know what type of engine that was. And, well, also my son, let's get back to the food stamps. My son told me that he read on the internet, you know, Nick Her, Wallaby, Wallaby, is that Paul said everybody's supposed to get their food stamps by Friday. I believe it when I call the 800 number. Right now, I'm in supplies. I buy extra stuff, and that's what I'm into. I'm into my supplies. Oh, I love that kitty cat. I love you. I love you because you're that pretty kitty cat. I got one that kind of looks like your cat. I call him Snowball. He's almost all white, but he's black. He's probably in the cage out there on my porch. I got a cage. I got my porch closed off with tarp. I got a heat lamp on the cage where the kitty cats can get in there at night to keep warm. And I love kitty cats. Nick is funny. I love people who love kitty cats. And I'm going to throw my post office box in there. It's Tom Cartwright at Post Office Box 1, Charlestown, Indiana, zip code 47111. You know, if you want to send me gift cards, it can help me buy dry kitty cat food or canned cat food. Let me see if I can bring my receipt out. I will show you my receipt. This is from Tractor Supply. And it's 2 bags of multiple cat food. 44-pound bag of cat food. $29.99. Subtotal is $59.98 with Indiana sales tax of $4.20. Came to $64.18. Because I'm showing you this, that I'm being honest. I got 5 kitty cats in the house. They're all female cats. And outside, I probably got 15 to 20 cats. If it wasn't for my kitty cats, I'd probably be going bananas. And I love kitty cats. They're like my own children. I got one right now. It's right here. She likes to get underneath the blanket. She will stay there all night. And that's Wildcat. And the 2 mama cats I got outside, I did have 5 mama cats. I'm down to 2 mama cats. The original mama cats. Pretty Girl is dead. January is dead. Because outside cats, people, what your outside animals do, dogs like, I like all kitty cats. Well, I got 5 kitty cats in the house, Jacob. And I got about 15 or 20 cats outside. They don't count the raccoons that comes out. They eat a little dry cat food and some milk to feed their babies. But it's getting cold for the raccoons. As you know, the raccoons, I believe, hibernate in the wintertime. And, but I don't like raccoons. Because I had 4 chickens and 1 rooster. But since I was a city boy and moved out to the country, I did not know how mean those raccoons are. I'll tell you a little secret, people, about cat litter. You know, if you got people coming over to your house and they know if you got kitty cats in the house, if you use the regular cat litter. And thanks to a lady on YouTube, she went to Tractor Supply. What? Okay. Thank you, Wildcat. I moved and she didn't like it. But she'd be back in here before the night's over. And she used, if you look on Tractor Supply's webpage, you see a green bag. They call them horse pellets or bedding horse pellets. They smell like pine. And you get a regular cat box and you sprinkle those pellets in it. And while you do that, you sprinkle some regular cat litter in there on those horse pellets. That way, the kitty cat knows it's a kitty cat box. Okay, my inside cat is Margaret, Alexi, Wildcat, Kathy, and Alex. That's about 5 inside cats. Outside cats is LB, Boots. Boots is a gray cat with white feet. Snowball is kind of all white with black. Then Midnight is black and white. You have Kelly, Lucky, Wildcat. There's been Tomcat. Tomcat been here about 3 years. I think this is his 3rd year showing up. When Tomcat first showed up, he was real friendly. I could pet him. I could pick him up. He'd rub around my feet. And the 2nd year and this year, he's kind of like a scaredy cat. But since this is winter time, I put the milk and the cat food on the porch. And he kind of forget where the cat food is. I got like a cot out there in the yard that I usually put dry cat food on. And he usually wants to eat out there. I love my kitty cats. They're like my kids. Sometimes my kitty cats act like kids and they're terrible too. Like Wildcat, Snowball, Midnight, Wildcat. They're kind of wild in a bad way because their mama, Boots, instead of her having her babies up on the porch in the cubby hole or somewhere close, she has them someplace else. And she brings them babies when it's about time where they can eat dry food and drink milk. And they're kind of scaredy cats. But thanks to the mama cats, they catch mice for the babies. And she chooses which baby cat that will get the mouse, where they would teach them to go out and hunt for mice. But, you know, they smell of mice thanks to their mother. I love kitty cats. You know, There's a lady on here, Mel. She probably be on later. She got cats and dogs, and she got those trees or tree houses, whatever you call it. And in her two cats, I think she's down to one cat, they would play. And she took them cats and had them fixed where they wouldn't have babies, this and that. I can't remember. I don't know if it's Tom Cartwright 4375 or Billy Jack 2682. You know, I can't remember. There's TikTok. I think it's Tom Cartwright 4375. I forget what Twitch is. But I do love kitty cats. Like Alexi. She likes to sleep in the bathroom, either on the chair that's in the tub, or she likes to sleep in the clothes basket. When my son goes in the bathroom to use the toilet, Alexi likes to jump on his lap. He told me tonight, Kathy's, I call it orange or yellow, whatever color you want to call that cat, got into the clothes basket. Alexi got in the clothes basket like, Kathy, you have to leave. I thought that was kind of funny, but I got good kitty cats. Like Margaret, she's the #1 mama cat. She's the #1 mama cat. Wildcat's #2. And Alex is #3. The rest of the female cats never had babies. I can't afford no more inside cats. You all got kitty cats. Dogs, you have to take them outside to use the bathroom. But a good mama cat picks the babies up. Ouch! What are you doing, Alexi? We'll pick up the baby cat and put her in the cat box. Show her where a cat box is. That's a good mama cat. And the Wildcat, she wasn't that good a mama cat. Her baby passed away this year, which I called her Blackie, because she was a black cat. But sometimes she would use the cat box or get next to the cat box and do it on the floor, and I get on her, rub her nose in it, then she'll go back to the cat box, but she had an attitude. I couldn't change her attitude. And when she passed away, I don't have to clean up that much anymore. And I want to thank you all that watch my videos. I want to thank all the new subscribers. I want you all to do me a favor. Tell your friends about this YouTube channel. I like to get over 1,000 subscribers by Christmas. That'd be a good Christmas present for this old man. When you go in my description, I think that's where it is it got my post office box. I believe it has my PayPal and my Cash App. since I'm not monetized, I don't get any money at all. But I know money's tight for everybody, but I could use the extra money for these cats. I can use that to put a new roof on my house. I could use it to buy me a new riding lawnmower, either a riding lawnmower or a zero-turn lawnmower. Zero turn's a little bit wider, and I got about an acre of ground. If you go back to my video, some of my old videos, you will see my yard is big. You see the west side, the east side, which is the creek, the north side, and the south side of my yard. You know, I'm trying to, be honest and not to scam you. I know there's people out there that scams people. I told you what I want to use that money for. The people that has sent me money on Cash App, they said use that to buy your cat food. I did use some of it to buy me a used riding lawnmower until the engine blowed up this year. By me having 4 heart attacks, people, you know people out there who had heart attacks and strokes. You know what they can do and what they cannot do. I'm not supposed to push more. It takes me about 5 to 7 days to cut my yard at 10 minutes at a time. I stop, then the next day, if it don't rain, I cut 10 more minutes the next day. That's what I do. Right now, people, since it's the time of the year that the leaves is falling off, I got to go up, put my bag on the lawn, my push mower, and drop my little door. That's okay. That's okay. And chop those leaves up. When the bag gets full, I take that bag and go dump it back there in my garden. Then I use my rotary tiller to tilt that into the ground. That'd be natural fertilizer. And also, like table scraps, I throw that in the garden, like eggshells or chicken bones, That's my natural fertilizer. And also, I'm trying to teach you all, since the groceries, when you go to the grocery store, how high the food is in the grocery store. I'm trying to teach you all to grow a garden and can your food. Because when you can your own, well, my son and me, we like it, I think you call it Red Baron, the Red Baron pizza. And I guess the Red Baron also make a brick house pizza. I get something like that, because since my stove is kind of working a little bit, you all know if you go back and look at my LG ThinQ video, that I have problem with that new electric stove that we got. It'd be a year in December. We had problems from day one. The oven wouldn't work. It took 2 weeks to get a replacement. And I had these guys come in and show me how to set the clock, how to use it, how to move, put the racks in it, take the racks out, to show me. Because you look at the book, I would have to read that book manual probably 20 times before it soaks into my head. And, it's hard for an old man without having a girlfriend. I'm single. I miss having a girlfriend. I like to have a foxy lady. Hello, Alexi people. This is Alexi. That's Alex's firstborn, aren't you, Alexi? Don't knock my Pepsi cup over. And, and like I've told you, my laptop broke down, my new laptop. And HP won't cover it under warranty because you heard me talk about it, because I don't want it to happen to you. That's how come I do talk about my new laptop that I got from Amazon, the third party. The third party that Amazon used was PC Online. They're no good, people. If you don't believe me, type into your search engine, PC Online. Then scroll down, you see the BBB, the Better Business Bureau. In the 50s, I was born during the Korean War, which any of you young people that watch this now or later, if they still teach history in school, it was in the 50s. And if you ever watch MASH on TV with Klinger and Radar and all this, that was during the Korean War. I was a Korean War baby. '40s. That was during the 40s, if I remember right. It was during World War II. And bomb Pearl Harbor, I believe. I wasn't too good in history when I was. My brother is a Vietnam vet. He's an a-hole. I don't like my brother. I don't have nothing to do with the a-hole. And back when I was in there in 1970, December of 1970, probably May or June, somewhere in that time frame in 1970, you could join the United States Marine Corps for 2, 3, 4, or 6 years. I decided to go with 2 years because it's the Vietnam time. And as a Marine or any other veteran, I think it was 16 to 18 months you have to serve in Vietnam. And since I only enlisted for 2 years, I couldn't go to Vietnam. But I guess they could extend my time and sent me to Vietnam. But I stayed in the United States. And now when you go into boot camp, they use needles to give you all your shots. Back when I was in there, they had air guns. And you walk down the line, you have a person on each side of you. They shoot you with that drugs, and them air guns will tell the heck out of your shoulder. If you move your arm, you get tore up, getting those air shots. But I think they stopped that later on. I don't know when they stopped it because AIDS was going around. And but now when you go into the armed forces, they use needles and throw them away. But your younger generation, maybe you want to go to college. I'm not a recruiter or anything like that. I'm giving you the ideas to think about. You might want to be a doctor, a lawyer, MP. I don't know. I've seen so many videos, Jacob, of dogs, cats. 709 got some dogs. And I probably did see your dogs. I can't remember. That's one thing I hate. I'm not young like your people. You can remember everything you've done every day. Me, you can tell me about it right now, and tomorrow I will forget it. Or after I get off, I will forget it, unless I write it down. And also, people, you see on the news about the UPS plane that crashed in Louisville, Kentucky on takeoff. I think 12 people died. You got a couple of them in the burn unit over in Louisville, Kentucky. I saw on the news this one guy named Matthew something. His body is burnt. 95% of his body's burnt. What I know about people who gets burnt, 95%, they probably got him in a coma. Same to you, Jacob. You do good at your job in the morning. And people, before you go to bed, tell your parents or tell your kids you love them. Before you go to school or before you go to work, tell everybody you love them, because you never know what will happen. Car wreck, you can have a shooting in your neighborhood. Tell everybody you love them. If you kids in school, help out the kids that's in your class. Because your kids nowadays got 20 to 50 kids in a class. One teacher cannot afford to spend each time on every kid in the classroom. When I was in elementary school, we had 10 to 15 kids in a classroom. And the teacher took their time. But today's, some kids gets cheated because the teacher won't help them. They rather help the smart kids. I'm asking you smart kids, help out the kids that's in your class. Help them get their grades up. They will listen to you. Because usually the teacher, if you're in elementary school, is probably 3 times the kid's age. Do that. Because God wants you to help out the kids in your class. let's get back to the military and maybe going to college. Maybe you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, a nurse, or MP, and stuff like that. You can go, all right, jet pilot, helicopter pilot. You can go in the military, and they call it guaranteed. You get it in writing. You have to give them extra time. If you decide to be a lawyer, that means you can work for JAG, JAG, JAG. You saw the TV show of JAG when it was on. And CSI, or NCIS, is military police. You can do that by being an MP. I believe you still have to go to the FBI Academy. That helps you when you get out to go to any police department. It helps you out. I'm just giving you all ideas because some of you can't afford to go to college, or you get student loans that you can't pay back. It's impossible to pay back. I'm just telling you all to think about it. Do your research. I'm trying to help you out, give you ideas to help your young generation out. If you like to fly a jet, you go to school. They send you to school. If it's Air Force or Marine Corps or the Navy, they pay for everything for you to learn how to fly those jets or helicopters. When your time to get out, you can go in the reserves, or you can go fly for commercial airlines. They love to have pilots from the service who flew jets. That's something. If you like to fly a helicopter, you spend your time learning to fly a helicopter. When you graduate, you either become a warrant officer or second lieutenant or something like that. When your time's up, you can still be in the reserves flying a helicopter. As you all know, here in the United States, they got air helicopters that you fly to a certain area and transport your patients to a hospital instead of them taking the ambulance. So that gives you all some ideas if you want to become a helicopter pilot. If you go in the armed forces and wants to be a doctor, you have to give them extra time in the military, even as a reservist. I'm trying to give your younger generations some ideas, because I know there's families out there can't afford to send you to college. You might get some scholarships, but I'm giving you some ideas where you're young, you can think about it and make your own mind up. That's what this old man is trying to do, to help you all out. And my Cash App people is the $, Tom Cartwright 4375. I think my PayPal is Thomas Cartwright Sr. if you want to send donations that way. If you want to send gift cards or anything, you send it to Tom Cartwright at Post Office Box 1, Charlestown, Indiana, zip code 47110. 111. If you want to send gift cards or anything, hoodies or sweatpants, license plates with cats on it, or anything like that. As Larry the Cable Guy always says, people, get it done. Get it done, people. Get it done. I want you to help me get my watch hours up. I want you to get me up to 1,000 subscribers by Christmas. And your guys out there and young generation, treat your ladies nice. Tell them you love them. Don't forget about birthdays, anniversaries. When you first met your mate. Don't forget about Valentine's Day. And also, guys, to help you. Hello, Wildcat. See, there's Wildcat. That's Wildcat. What, you want an Easter blanket? Come on. You got to move where I can lift it up. Come on. She got underneath the blanket. She got to sleep. She has to sleep right in here. And I'm going to have to scoot over when I get off of here, where I can sleep in the middle of the bed. Right now, I'm on the edge of the bed because I'm close to my cell phone and all this. I want to thank all your foxy ladies on here, especially one foxy lady. Would I let this one foxy lady spend a night with me? Well, if she come here, she'd knock the crap out of me. I guarantee you she would. She'd get on me if she saw my living room, how bad a shape it's in. She would. Because that foxy lady, she's a mean lady. But she's a sweet foxy lady. You know, I know she looks at my videos after I get off. And a whole lot of people watch my videos later on because they're either right now in bed sleeping, or they're at work, or they're in a different time zone. I got people from Russia, Canada, India, UK, China. I love y'all. Mexico. I love you, sweet people. You good people. God loves you all. But I want to give a shout out to all your people on my YouTube, people. And you people that watch this later and you see the people in the chat, go to their YouTube channel. Help them grow. Help them get their subscribers up. As I've told you all, when I get monetized, I will not charge you a member fee. Hello there. You know, I'm not going to charge you a member fee. You know, I could use the money for the membership. Hello there, mate Mel. I know you need to get your beauty sleep. You got to keep your beautiful personality going. You got to keep your good looks going. And, you know, I like all foxy ladies. That's how I met one of my wives back in the 70s. I'm doing okay. You know, I took a bath, soaking the tub with bubble bath. And that's why I come when I go to the doctor next month. I'm doing okay. Sometimes I might be sleeping at this time, because, I'm up. I take kitty cat naps, just like kitty cats. I take cat naps. And I might be watching a TV show. Right now, I'm watching Gene Simmons on TV. I like watching Gene Simmons. Before Gene Simmons, it was Larry the Cable Guy, but I had to get on here. People, usually Friday nights, I don't get on here because people, their kids is out of school on Fridays. I want you all to spend time with your kids because they go to school all day. Because that's what I want you to do. I want you to spend time with your kids. Tell them you love them. Maybe take them out to the grocery store. Teach them how to buy groceries. Educate them, because one day your kids are going to get married and have a family. Teach them about going to the grocery store. That's what I want you to do, to teach your kids. You can do the best job you can. They're not going to listen half of the time. That was my problem when I was young, but I'm making up for it now. Because my dad and mom was right. I didn't listen to them. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have computers. When we got home from school, we got out of our school clothes, put on our work clothes, go out in the yard and cut the grass or work in the garden or pick the apples up in the yard for mom to, make applesauce, apple pies. And I want to ask you something. I've never done this. It's always the wives that done it. I want to make me a pumpkin pie. I know you can buy the pumpkin in the can. You can buy the pan that done got the crust in it. And I don't know how to do that, people. Is you buy the pan with the crust in it and dump your pumpkin in it and spread it over it and put it in the oven. That's all I know. I don't know what the temperature, but I guess I can look it up on YouTube. Another thing I'm thinking of doing, it depends if I get my food stamps Friday. That's tomorrow. The third federal judge says everybody should get their food stamps on Friday. I believe it when it happens. I like to make, I guess you call it banana pudding. I don't. Well, I look at it because I never fixed a pumpkin pie. Never did. Well, I like to have ladies, but none of you live close to me. You couldn't send it in the mail. Is what they call persimmon pudding. My mother made it. My grandmother made it. I miss persimmon. Okay, I'm going to try it. When I get my food stamps, whenever, right now I'm into my supply of food. And I'm going to have to restock everything to get me through the winter. Because I just got a feeling, people, this year we're going to have some bad snow. I'm hoping what I hear is wrong. They're talking a bunch of snow. Probably 30 days straight of snow. If it snows, I can't get out. I live in the country. There's no way I can get out and go to the grocery store. And the state highway does a good job cleaning the snow wall. But the counties, I live in, you could say, half in Clark County and half in Scott County. And the counties don't really do a good job. The state highway, they put salt and rind down. The counties around here, people, I don't know what the county does in your area. Around here, they use sand and cinders to melt the snow, and maybe real fine pea gravel. And that's a problem when you live in the county, unless you got a 4-wheel drive. But I'm leaving it up to God for the money where I could buy a brand new 4-wheel drive vehicle, like a Jeep or Jeep Gladiator, kind of like a pickup truck with a 4-wheel drive. Then I could get out, like last year, or the first year I was here. I couldn't get out of my driveway before I hit the main road. It's impossible for me to get out. No matter if I got a front-wheel drive car, you still have to have 4-wheel drive, no matter what. But I can't afford a new 4-wheel drive, a used one. Here's what I'm thinking, people. I know you can buy a used 4-wheel drive pickup truck or Jeep. Here's the question that I'm dealing with. If something happens to the 4-wheel drive, can I afford to fix it on my income? The answer is no. And that's the truth. I cannot afford to fix a 4-wheel drive on my income. I would love to have a 4-wheel drive Jeep or a pickup truck 4-wheel drive, but I just don't have the money. That's how come I want to get monetized, where I have the money to feed my kitty cats, put a new roof on my house. There's things I want to do to this house I can't afford. Like I said, I need a new riding lawnmower. I know some of you say, well, go to Facebook to Marketplace. I don't even have Facebook on my cell phone or the computer because how they violate your First Amendment rights. I won't have that. But I'm leaving it up to God, people, where I can afford a brand new riding lawnmower, zero turn, a brand new 4-wheel drive Jeep. Because if I get snowbound, I can't get out. I can't get out and go to the grocery store. If I need to go to the hospital, I can't drive myself to the hospital. And it takes at least 30 minutes to an ambulance to get to my house. You know, I'm being honest. Could I use a foxy lady sugar mama? And I don't want her money. Because a sugar mama works hard for her money. I would want her to spend her money on herself, not me. That's how I feel. Like your ladies, I can't be your sugar daddy because I'm on a fixed income. I'm being honest. I like to look for a lady that live in Scott County, Indiana, which Scott County is just across the road because I live, you could say, on the county line. And I like them Scottsburg ladies in Scott County. They're very polite, very nice. Their mom and dad raised them very nice ladies. No matter if they're in their 20s or 30s or 40s, they're nice people. And I know you're all very nice people. And I know some ladies that lives away from me, say California or Colorado or New York. That's too far away. It's too far away from your family. Because if it didn't work out, you know, you'd be going back home to your parents or your sister. It's too far away. I can't do that. You have to live close to me. Within 50 to 100 miles. And, you know, that's what I want. I know some ladies I've talked to, they want to come and visit. They're too far away. Their car or truck or vehicle they drive might not make it. If something happens to them when they come, I would feel sad if something happened to them. You're too far away. You know, I know you would take care of me. You're very good looking. I don't want you to do that. Because if we didn't get along, it'd be a long trip back home to where you came from. I can't do that to you all. And that's being truth. You know, if you live within 100 miles of me, you know, like Indianapolis is about 60 miles away. Louisville, Kentucky's only about 27 miles from me. Mexico is too far from me. You know, UK is too far from me. Canada is too far from me. You know, I can take my money when I get a month, people, and take it to Canada. I'd be rich in Canada. What, say $900. It might be equal to $4,000 in Canada. Give or take it a little. I could live off of that. But rent in Canada is just like it is here. $1,200 to $2,000 a month. I ain't counting the utility bills. You know. But I want you all to be good. Hit the subscribe bell. Hit the thumbs up. You know, help me out if you can. If you can't, it's okay. And I show you the receipt of the 44-pound bag of cat food when it cost me at the Tractor Supply store. If you want to send me gift cards to help me buy cat food for my kitty cats, they get fed better than I do. I make sure they eat and I starve. That's one, because them kitty cats has the right to eat and keep warm. And I want you all put your faith in the God and pray for the families in Louisville, Kentucky that lost family during that plane crash. And especially Matthew. You probably saw that on your news station. His body is 95% burnt. Your nurses out there knows that 90% of your body burnt. You just going to give up and die. I say that people that was on the ground that burnt 95%, probably in a coma. And I want you all to send prayers out to those people that lost their lives. If you all want to donate money to those people, my best bet, where you know it's not a scam, is contact your local Red Cross. Contact your local Red Cross people. They'll tell you how you can donate money for the funerals or anything to help those people out. That way you know it's not a scam. There will be people that were scam people over this airplane crash from UPS. So I would request, if you want to help anybody out involving that airplane crash, I would contact your local Red Cross where you live. I would contact them. And maybe the other one would be the Salvation Army. There's your two best people that you can donate, but you ask the Salvation Army and the Red Cross who you can donate to help those people out in Louisville, Kentucky. And I also want you think a nurse, a male nurse, a female nurse, thank them for their service. Because we got nurses on my YouTube channel. Thank them for their service. Because them nurses that works in the hospital, they go through a lot of headaches. They get PTSD working in the ER trauma. So you all that know nurses out there, thank them for their service. And some of you still got CB radios. Go to channel 19 and thank the truck drivers for their service. Because they bring you your clothes, your food, your computers, your cell phone, everything else that you got in your house, the truck drivers. So thank them for their service too. Thank a veteran for their service. Thank the doctors for their service. And if you can help those people out in Louisville, Kentucky, contact your local Red Cross. Contact your local Red Cross where you live here in the United States. Contact them where you can send money to help them out. Or, they would know. Your local Red Cross would know. So I'm giving you all some ideas that you can help him out. And say a whole bunch of prayers. 12 has died so far. One of the 12 that died is a child. What do you think the parents is going through? Look at that guy. It's in the Louisville Hospital burn unit. His body is burnt 95% for what they said on the news today. His name is Matthew, but I forget his last name, but you've probably seen that on your local news. But I would appreciate it, and God would appreciate it, if you send prayers to the family. And any donations you all want to send to those people in Louisville, Kentucky, to help them out with a funeral and stuff like that, is contact your local Red Cross. Nobody else. Contact your local Red Cross. Because that way you won't get scammed. There will be people out there that will scam you all taking donations for their people. Your best bet, people, please believe me. Contact your local Red Cross to help out the people in Louisville, Kentucky during that plane crash. Maybe, I'm not sure about this, maybe your local police department, your local 5-0 or POPO, maybe they know. I'm not sure about the police department, but your Red Cross will probably be your number one choice to help those people out in Louisville, Kentucky on the funeral and maybe the hospital bills, stuff like that. So I want you all to think about helping them out. And my best bet, people, and to save you from scammers, is contact your local Red Cross. And I thank you all. You all have a good night. God be with you. Help me get my subscribers up where I can get monetized and have money come in to help me fix my house up. Help me with my kitty cats. You know, I'm being honest. How many honest people is on here? There's some YouTube that charge you for membership. I'm not going to be one of them. Yes, I could use the money, but my YouTube channel is not that good. It's free. It's free. So I want to thank you all. Please contact your local Red Cross to help out those people in Louisville, Kentucky. Your Red Cross people will know, or they can find out for you. I'm sorry, Red Cross, but I want to help those people out in Louisville, Kentucky on their loved ones they lost. I'm sorry to have people contact you, but that's the only thing I know. It'll be legal and it's not a scam. Because you all know the right people. So people, please contact your local Red Cross to help out those people in Louisville, Kentucky on the tragedy that they had the other day of the UPS plane that lost the engine and blowed up. So I want to thank you all. And God thanks you all. I thank you all. So God bless you all. Have a good night. Tell your kids you love them. And good night, you foxy ladies. You are foxy. Especially the one that I know.